So you should have this image open. Hope I didn't screw something up, mess something up. Okay, so once you've saved those 4 images, you're back here on your Mickey Mouse, and let's go ahead and we'll file open and go find them on your H drive or wherever you saved them. Let's go ahead and open them. So I'm going to open my Balloon 1, Balloon 2, Balloon 3, and the birthday hat. So you should have 4 things open. If you have 5, that's okay. Go ahead and have Balloon 1, that image up on your screen. So this should be all, for everyone, it should be a textured image, not a picture or anything like that. Okay. The process for getting the image into your Mickey coloring page is going to be the same throughout. This is not going to change. You need to get your Move tool if it's not already selected. What's my keyboard shortcut? What is it? V as in Victor is my keyboard shortcut to get my Move tool. I'm just going to click in my image, keeping my mouse down, dragging up to the tab that says Mickey Coloring Page. Mouse is still held down at this point. Dragging down till I get this white square around it, and I'm just going to drop it. Okay, this is a pretty big image, so I'm going to go ahead and resize it down. If yours came in pretty small, then you may have saved the thumbnail and not the actual image. I don't know. But you want to resize it till it's about the size. It's covering this balloon right here. We're focusing, this is Balloon 1. So it's covering that balloon. It's okay if it's going to be overlapped. You don't have to make it any other shape. Just push Enter to save your changes. So everyone should be at this point. Okay. Now I'm going to, I want the layer 1, and I'm actually going to double click on layer 1 and name it Balloon 1. It's a good habit to get into naming your layers just because as the amount of layers you work with grows, it's easier to find what you're looking for versus everything being layer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Okay. I want to drag Balloon 1 to be below the background layer. However, this little pesky lock is going to prevent me from doing that. So to fix that, double click on the lock. It's going to convert it to layer 0. You can close out of whatever pops up. I want to name layer 0 Mickey. Just close out of that, Bruce. Okay. Now I can take Balloon 1 and drag it below the Mickey layer. Okay, so we have the Mickey layer and then the balloon layer is below that. We are wanting to just select this part right here. What tool did we learn yesterday to be able to do that? The Magic Wand tool. So what is my keyboard shortcut? W gets me my Magic Wand tool. If Quick Selection tool is selected, then you'll need to long hold or right click to get Magic Wand tool. Now, why is it when I go to select that this happens? Because I'm on the wrong layer. So I want to Control D to deselect, and I want to get on the Mickey layer. Now I can click, and it's going to select just those white connecting pixels. Okay? So do I have that? You guys did that? Okay. Now, making sure I'm on the Mickey layer, I'm going to push the delete key. And that's going to show my texture through. However, my image, if I hide this layer, my image is still square, yes? Okay? And so when I go to do things here and here and here, then those, it's going to peep through, right? So what I want to do is I want to hit Control Shift I. And what's that do? That inverts my selection. It selects everything but what I just had selected. So now, instead of, and you can see the dancing ants or the marching ants along the edge here, instead of the inner part of the balloon being selected, it's everything but. So now, I'm going to click on the balloon layer, and I'm going to push delete. So if I hide that Mickey layer again, I have a balloon that's exactly the shape that I need it. This technique works and is good for textures where it doesn't really matter what part of the image is being shown, right? Like the texture is pretty consistent throughout. It doesn't really matter what's going on. I'm going to show you a situation where it might matter. So I'm going to Control D to deselect. You should still have these other extra images pulled up, yes? Let's go find our college logo. That's the tab we want open. If you're trying to move ahead of me right now, you're not doing it right. So, if you were trying to follow the steps we just did, because I'm going to show you something different. Okay, with your move tool, let's move the logo back on here. What do I need to do to fix this? What do I need to rearrange? Put my layer above. Now I can hit my Control T. It's a pretty big image, so I want to resize this so that it fits over the party hat the best I can. It's not perfect, that's okay. We're going to be able to fix it later. So unlock it. Did you unlock the image? Okay, so from here, similar to what we did before, I want to rename this layer balloon. Actually, it's not a balloon, is it? It's a birthday hat. And then I want to drag it below the Mickey layer. Now I'm going to get my magic wand tool. I'm going to select the birthday hat, which means I need to be on the correct layer, the Mickey layer. I'm going to select my birthday hat. Okay. Push delete. Good. Jasmine, you good? Let me back up a little bit. So I drug the birthday hat layer below Mickey. I clicked on Mickey. I have my magic wand tool and I select the birthday hat. I push delete. I then click on my birthday hat layer again. And this time, with the dancing ants still there, marching ants, whatever you want to call it, I think dancing is more festive. Okay, down here at the bottom of your layer panel, there is this Add a Layer Mask button. It is the square with the circle out of it. I'm going to click once on that. Make sure you are selected on the birthday hat layer and nowhere else. Okay. Layer masks. These are non-destructive changes that you are making in Photoshop. What it means to be non-destructive is that you can always go back. The original is still intact. You didn't make any changes that are destructive or permanent to the original image. So for example, that K-State, and you can kind of see in the icon, the full image is still there. However, the balloon 1 that we did, where we Control Shift I and we inverted the selection, and then deleted, that was a destructive change. It's permanent. There is no going back unless you completely undo everything to that point. So layer masks are nice because they are non-destructive. They don't completely alter your image. They just hide some things that maybe you don't want shown. So the kind of phrase to use is black hides while white reveals. So anything that is black, that is being hidden from the image. Anything that is white, and you can see it's kind of the shape of that birthday hat, is what's being shown. Now, for me, the Power Cat isn't perfect. Like I want a different part of this image showing. So to fix that, I am going to click this link between the layer icon and the layer mask. Okay? So right now, what one does, the other one will do. So if I try to get my move tool and move it, like the whole thing moves. I don't want that to happen. What I want is them to become unlinked. Select the layer icon, so actually click on this icon here. Make sure you're not on the black and white image, you're on the actual image itself. I'm going to get my move tool. Then from here, I can move to reposition. I can also Control T to resize a little bit if I want to resize it a little bit, make it smaller, bigger, whatever. Be careful not to have awkward, like, random transparent pixels being shown. So the image isn't perfect, so it's not going to be shown exactly how I want it. And I'm going to push Enter whenever it's wherever I want it. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn on the links back, turn that link back on by clicking between the layer icon and the layer mask. If you didn't quite get that, I'm going to do it again 2 more times for the other 2 balloons. So you can go back and fix your birthday hat later after you get this instruction, okay? Everyone ready for me to move on the other 2 balloons? Okay. So I'm going to go find my other image. I'm going to choose this one, my happy birthday. Okay. I'm going to move this into the Mickey coloring page by clicking, dragging back down. I'm going to move it on top so that I can kind of manipulate it how I want it, and then later I can go back and change it further. If I want it about like that, I'm going to push Enter. I'm going to rename this layer. I'm going to name it Balloon 2, and I might in parentheses put Happy Birthday just for more clarification for me. You don't have to do that. I'm going to drag it below the Mickey layer and even below the birthday hat layer for now. Not today, sorry. No, you don't need to switch it. Thank you, guys. Okay. Now I'm going to get my magic wand tool. And here there are 2 parts to this balloon, so I need to click it one. Oops. What do I need to be on? The correct layer, huh? I'm going to click it 1 time. How do I add to my selection? Shift. I'm going to push Delete. I'm going to go back to Balloon 2, the balloon I'm trying to work with. I'm going to click Add a Layer Mask. I'm going to unlink them. I'm going to click on the layer icon right here. I'm going to get my Move tool. Control T, because I do want to resize this just a little, stretch it a little bit. It's a balloon, so it can look a little bit distorted. Hey, happy birthday being shown. A little bit and push enter. Now, because it's bothersome to me, this is something I would do. It's not something you have to do, though it would look nice. Is you've got the white tie part of the balloon that doesn't quite match everything else. Now, I didn't want to delete that selection because then the text would be on there, and that doesn't really make sense either. So I might come in, zoom in on this a little bit. You can just watch on this. You don't have to follow along. I might get my eyedropper tool and try to find like kind of a dark shade of something that's already in that background of the image I chose. Get my wand tool, select those two areas of that little tie. And then shift F5 and fill with my foreground color because it chose with the eyedropper automatically, and say OK. So now it's just kind of that dark gray. It blends a little bit better with the balloon. Not perfect, but it blends a little bit better. Okay. Okay, I'm going to show you one last time on this last balloon. Okay, last balloon. So for me, it's this Cars image. That's where I want you to be right now. Showing your last balloon. Okay, I've got my move tool. I'm going to click, drag up to the Mickey coloring, drag down to my page and drop it. It's a fairly large image that I chose, so I'm going to Control T and resize so that it's a little bit more fitting to my balloon. Again, we're going to be able to go back and change it later, so it's going to be, will be okay. Bless you. I'm going to push enter. I'm going to rename layer 1, balloon 3, cars. I'm going to drag it below the Mickey layer. If it's showing other places, it's okay. It's okay. I'm going to select the Mickey layer again. I'm going to hit W to get my magic wand tool. Click on that balloon. Going to push delete. I'm going to click on balloon 3 again. I'm going to push select and mask, or add a layer mask. So that's going to clip that in there. To pick a different part of the image to be shown, I'm going to unlink these two, indicates the link between. I'm going to unselect. Click on the layer icon, the left side of that. Control T, and then again I'm going to kind of resize a little bit, show a different part of my balloon, maybe, and push enter. Okay. Your assignment is going to be either you can continue coloring the rest of this image that includes the confetti. Okay. You can either do that, or for extra credit, you can go find your own coloring book image and color it using textures that you find off the internet, pictures that you find off the internet, or brushes and gradients. So all